Hello everyone, welcome back to Okayunyumu. Let's go ahead and continue. Well, until like chapter 2. If I could have proved myself to my grandma, just maybe you could have turned things around at the shop. But it's far too late for that now. I gotta stop dreaming and focus on my university entrance exams. I can only blame my shortcomings for this outcome. In spite of myself, my mood starts to sour.
どうしたの？難しい顔してるけど。
I snap back to reality and see Okayu peering at me with a worried expression. I shake my head and tell her not to worry about it. It's nothing. Sorry, but you'll have to wait until Grandma gets back if you want tasty rice balls.
じゃあ、しばらくは君と僕の二人きりってこと？
Yep. If not, I would have needed permission for allowing you to stay over.
そっか、二人きりなんだ。
Okayu, what are you thinking? Naughty? Okayu puts down a rice ball and stands next to me. She brings her lips next to my ear.
もしかして、意識しちゃう？
Okayu, please. Nervous about what?
かわいいね。すぐ顔が真っ赤になる。
Seeing Okayu laugh embarrassed me more than it upset me. I took deep breaths. In my head, I repeated, "She's just a cat. She's just a cat," over and over again. I don't know, man. Usually cats aren't this stacked. As I calmed myself down, the rice balls I made all disappeared into Okayu's stomach.
おいしかった。ごちそうさまでした。さてと、じゃあ買い物に行こうか。
Alright. Didn't you mention wanting to buy clothes and some daily necessities?
君も付き合ってくれるでしょ？お店の場所わからないんだ。
Alright, then let's go to the shopping mall. There we can get clothes, ingredients, and even cosmetics if you need any.
おう、いいね。早く行こう。
Okayu stands up and beckons me along with a swish of her tail. Now wait a minute, can you put away your ears and tail? If you go outside like that, people are gonna think I'm some kind of weirdo who makes girls dress up in cat cosplay.
それはそれで面白そうかも。
I gave her a sharp look, to which she waved her hands in surrender.
冗談だよ、冗談。君にしか耳と尻尾は見えないから安心して。
I am?
嘘だと思うなら写真撮ってみたら？耳と尻尾は映らないから。
Holding onto some doubt, I raise my phone and take the photo. My screen displays a wholly unassuming version of Okayu. Of Okayu-san's. I think that's supposed to be together. Of Okayu-san's cat ears and tail. No different from a regular person. This image does not look correct. You weren't kidding. Wait, how does this work?
説明してもわからないと思うな。科学とか理屈じゃないから。だからそういうものって決めつけておいた方が楽かも。あるがままを受け入れるって大事なことだよ。
That's probably true. I'm talking to an anthropomorphized cat, after all. I've longed since crossed the boundary of common sense. Outsiders not being able to see our ears and tails is peanuts in comparison.
ほらほら、細かいことはいいから早く出かけようよ。僕、もう待ちきれないよ。
Okayu grabbed my hand and nearly yanked me outside. I let loose a wry smile at how childish she was being and finished getting ready to leave.
Oh, 大きくて広くてでっかいね。
You know all those words mean the same thing, right? Okayu continues marveling at the sights around her, completely ignoring my comment. It's safe to say this is her first time in the shopping mall. The twinkle in her eyes gives it away. Oh!
ねえねえ、お店の紹介してよ。どこで何を売ってるかとかさ。
Personal space, please. Okayu, you're really close. Your booba squishing.
ああ、そんなこと言って嬉しいくせに顔真っ赤になってるよ。
I'm not. That's a lie. I can feel my face burning up.
もうわかりやすい嘘ついて。僕は君からショッピングモールの案内をしてもらう。君は僕と一緒にいられて嬉しい。
Aye, sounds like a good exchange. I don't mind.
誰も損をしないウィンウィンの関係ってやつだよ。
You got a pretty high opinion of yourself, you know that?
それはもちろん。だって僕可愛いし。
Well, if the Oshi says that, I can't deny her. And with that, she sends a lovely wink my way. I hate to say it, but she is cute. Can't deny that.
ほらほら、僕にお店の説明してよ。あの黄緑色の看板は？
Everything in that store costs 300 yen. Although sometimes they have things that cost more than 1,000 yen. They sell tableware, general goods, smaller electronics, a little bit of everything really.
安いんだね。見に行こうよ。
Okayu gives my arm a firm tug. It catches me off balance, bringing our bodies close together.
ごめん、やりすぎちゃったね。大丈夫？
Yeah. For a brief moment, my arm made contact with something soft. Just what did I bump into? It must have been her arm. Of course, it was just her arm, right? Without arriving at a clear answer, I'm led into the store. The two of us leave the shop after a few minutes. A large shopping bag dangles from my arm.
結構いっぱい買っちゃった。荷物重くない？
Of course it is. That's why I'm the one carrying it. I readjust my grip on the bag as I answer her.
優しいんだ。
I'm about average. Okayu lets out a small chuckle at my blunt response.
300円だって侮ってたけど、結構可愛いデザインも多かったね。ノートも気に入ったものがあってよかったよ。
You got a test you need to study for?
絵日記を書こうと思って。 毎日いろいろな発見がありそうだから、きちんと記録して忘れないようにしたいんだ。
That's right. Okayu was originally a cat. Living like a human must be pretty exciting for her. Of course she'd want to keep a record of these memories. Wait a minute, you know how to write?
あんまり上手じゃないけどね。だから絵日記にしたんだ。文字よりも絵の方がきちんと記録を残せると思って。あ、でも絶対見ちゃダメだよ。絶対の絶対だからね。
I got it. I know better than to read someone's diary. I can't say I'm not interested in peeking, but not to the extent that I'd go and upset her. I'll just wait for the day Okayu changes her mind and shows me what she wrote.
次は服を買いに行きたいな。いいお店紹介してよ。
That's outside my wheelhouse. I don't have a clue. You don't have a clue about where to get clothes.
そっか。じゃあビビッときたお店に入ろうかな。
Good luck with that. I'll wait over there.
何言ってるの？君も来るんだよ。
No thanks. I don't know the first thing about women's clothes. Heck, this is the first time I've ever gone shopping with a girl in the first place. Even at the general goods store, I could only give vague comments like, "Get it if you like it," and "Oh, not bad."
僕は人間の常識に疎いからさ。どんな服を買えばいいかわからないんだ。例えば僕は普通だと思っても、周りから見たらとんでもなく派手な服を買ってしまうかもしれない。
Well, I think you're okay, Okayu. You're just wearing a hoodie and sweatpants. You're fine. She has a point. Okayu lived as a cat until yesterday, so her sense of style obviously differs from the average human. Alright, I don't have an eye for fashion, but I'll try to give the best advice I can.
頼んだよ。僕の隣を歩くのは君なんだから。変に見られないようにコーディネートしてよね。
I nod as you step into a clothing store. This is awkward. Here I am, standing stock still before a fitting room in a store filled with 95% women. Hey. There's a 5% of men in there, so you're not alone. The lady you just passed by was absolutely staring at me. Okayu, are you done yet?
もうちょっと待って。いっぱい持ってきすぎて、どれとどれを合わせるかわからなくなっちゃった。
Oh, give me a break. I knew filling up 3 shopping baskets was going overboard. I had hoped that the clerk would stop her. Instead, she said, "No one's in there, take your time." And so here we are.
よし、できた。じゃあ、1着目から見せるね。
I wonder what she picked out. Okay, sounds good. Wanting to get out of here as soon as possible, I answer half-heartedly.
じゃーん。まずは、ゆるっと着れる服を選んでみたんだ。
Okay, that's pretty cute. Yeah. Hold on. Let's close to it. That's one that hides a text, right? Okayu, you look pretty good. You're pretty good.
僕、あんまり締め付けられるのが好きじゃなくてさ。ダボっとしてる方が好きなんだよね。
More baggy style, okay. True enough, the collar's wide open, and it definitely looks breezy at an angle. Yes, it does. However, because the material is thin, you can still get a sense of a great figure despite the bagginess.
このぐらいラフな格好でゴロゴロしたいな。君はどう思う？似合ってるかな？
Yeah, it looks fine. I answer automatically before imagining Okayu lying around in those clothes. Tossing in her sleep, the shirt gets pulled up upward, exposing her chest. It looks fine, but it's a little too casual. Vetoed. Okay, how about we get that for just her lying around in the house?
部屋着にはちょうどいいと思ったのに。
See, even she thinks so.
まあいっか。私服はあるし、パジャマも買う予定だし。
Oh, pajamas.
じゃ、次の服着るから、もうちょっと待っててね。
The curtain to the fitting room closes, and I can hear rustling sounds from inside. Has the sound of cloth always been that loud? I wonder what Okayu looks like beyond this curtain. Snap out of it, don't be creepy. They'll call the cops on you. I try my hardest to calm down. The last thing I need is a police report for suspicious behavior.
よし、着替え終わった。開けるよ。じゃーん。
Oh!
今度はお出かけ用の服を着てみたよ。
That's a date outfit. You look wonderful, Okayu. So cute. Very big.
夏っぽいかなって思ったんだけど、どう思う？
I agree. We should get that one, too. Wow, you look great. I blurt out what I really think before I can stop myself. She's wearing a sundress with white undertone, perfect for combating the summer heat.
もうちょっと具体的な感想が欲しいよ。せっかく君が喜んでくれるかなって思いながら選んだんだからさ。ほらほら、もっと僕に教えてよ。
You chose this with me in mind. It's got a pure vibe to it, you know? It's pretty. I hesitate for a few seconds before squeezing out a compliment. I curse my limited vocabulary. It's not like I have much experience commenting on women's clothes.
ありがとう。綺麗って言ってくれて、お世辞でも嬉しいよ。
No, I really do like that. Oh, I really do think that.
ありがとう、ありがとう。
Okayu receives my compliment with a grin. Happy to see my feelings reached her, I desperately try to think of something else to say. If you go to the beach, I bet you can take some great photos. Blue skies, white dress, they go together.
おお、確かに。行ったことないから興味あるな。
Swimsuit Okayu. Delicious. Alright, the cat thing. The closest beach is pretty far from this town. It's not like a cat can change trains or transfer buses. Of course, she's never visited the beach.
でも、君が気に入ってくれてよかったよ。この服は買っておこうかな。
Okay.
ここぞという時に着ようと思うから楽しみにしててね。
Alrighty.
じゃあ次の服に着替えるから。
A part of me wonders how many more outfits are left, but another part of me is waiting in anticipation. I'm curious to see what she's gonna try on next.
わあ、これ思ったよりぴっちりしてるかも。溢れないようにしっかり収めないと。
How about? What you talking about?
よし、できた。
Question still lingering in my mind, Okayu opens the curtain with a flourish. Huh? Ah!
じゃーん、水着も選んでみたんだ。どうかな？
Okayu, I'm going to burst. Oh, it looks fine, I think. I mumble out a nervous response. When she mentioned something popping out, did she mean her chest? Obviously, I'm not gonna ask her that directly, so I keep my mouth shut.
まあ、反応薄いな。もっと具体的に褒めてよ。
Impossible, I yell at my head. I can't even maintain eye contact with the beautiful swimsuit-clad girl in front of me. The photo is one thing, but seeing the flesh is a whole other level. Why am I the one feeling embarrassed here? You have a nice tummy, Okayu.
僕はね、胸元の猫のマークがお気に入りなんだ。ほら、かわいいでしょう。
You want me to look there? Since she drew attention to it, I glance over to her chest. Based off how she wore her clothes, I thought she was more slender. My eyes are drawn toward her unexpectedly ample bosom. Above her cleavage was a hole in the shape of a cat. Wow, she's crazy big to have cleavage like that. The heat is rushing to my head, and it's causing my most ridiculous thoughts to bubble to the surface. If I don't get a grip soon, I'll end up saying something seriously stupid.
胸以外も見てよ。ほら、ボトムスとかさ、フリルついててかわいいでしょ。
While pointing at her lower half, Okayu wiggles her hips and strikes a pose. Well, the hoodie's kind of blocking the frills part, so I can't really get a good look, Okayu. The frills flare out to the sides, emphasizing her thin legs. Put bluntly, she has a great figure. She wouldn't be out of place on the cover of a magazine.
これだけじっくり見たんだから、そろそろ感想欲しいな。それとも、まだ見足りない？
Her gaze set on me. Okayu bends over and smiles provocatively. Snapped back to reality by swishing the swimsuit, I panic and tear my eyes away from her. It looks great on you. The design and the color.
もうちょっと具体的に褒めてほしいけど、まあいいか。ギリギリ合格。じゃ、次の服を着るから、ちょっと待っててね。
There's still more? Crestfallen, I continue serving as a one-man audience to Okayu's fashion show.
ふぅ、満足満足。いっぱい買い物したね。
Yeah, he did.
どうしたの？すっごく疲れてるみたいだけど。
And whose fault do you think that is? I say, shopping bags filled to the point of bursting dangling from my hands. Okayu ended up trying on tons of new clothes afterward as well. Because she wanted my opinion after every outfit change, my mental fatigue was no joke.
ごめんごめん。初めて服を買ったからテンションが上がっちゃったんだ。でも君も嬉しかったでしょ？いろいろな僕を見れて。
I guess. It'd be easy enough to deny your claim, but I didn't want to lie. The fact is, Okayu's cute. My heart rate spiked countless times today. but admitting that to her is another beast altogether. I stare at Okayu while I monologue in my head. I see her protruding cat ears and tail that everyone else seems to be ignoring. No matter how human-like she might seem, Okayu's just a cat. I can't hold feelings for her the way I could a regular human girl. Alright, let's start heading home soon. You got everything you came for, right?
タオルとか食器とかは家のものを貸してくれる？
I nod, and Okayu begins to grin.
やったー！服を買いすぎてちょっと金欠になりそうだったんだよね。君ってほんと優しいよね。助かっちゃう。
Captivated by Okayu's frank nature, I find myself staring at her. Don't be a moron, she's just a cat. Though my brain knows that as a fact, my heart has a hard time settling down. Okayu and I return from our shopping trip and put down her purchases in the guest room. I clean up and take out the trash while she puts away her clothes and sundries. After about an hour, the guest room transforms into Kayu's personal bedroom. Alright, let's take a good look at your room. Yeah, this is very Okayu-like. Very purple. How did you even get the old-ass telephone? I like the tote bag with the octopus hot dog and the rice ball. What is that? It must be a light. Let's see. There's her notebook and there's the pillows. We bought pillows too. And there's the thingy. Yeah.
おー、いいね。すっごく僕好みだよ。やっぱり畳しか硬いよね。くんくん。いい匂い。
Okayu expresses her delight while rolling around the tatami flooring. It should be the same old guest room, but just by laying out her things, it takes on a whole new appearance.
改めてになるけど、本当にありがとうね。
Fixing her posture, Okayu lowers her head and bows to me. No, stop, it's not a big deal.
大したことあるって。素性もよくわからない猫娘を家にあげてくれて、しかも部屋まで用意してくれたんだよ。こんな優しい人めったにいないって。
Well, maybe not. I hadn't noticed how much I trusted Okayu until she mentioned it. Cats turning into humans sounds ridiculous no matter how you spin it. But I don't sense any lies hidden in Okayu's words. Plus she'd be in serious trouble if I just kicked her out now. But you became a human because of the rice ball I gave you, right? Therefore, it's my responsibility to take care of you while you're human. I won't pretend I'm not involved.
優しいんだ。
Okayu laughs as usual, only this time her smile is tinged with a different emotion from usual. Loneliness, or maybe guilt. Regardless, it doesn't suit her. I open my mouth to say something, but Okayu cuts me off.
そうだ、恩返しさせてよ。いろいろしてもらってばかりじゃ悪いからさ。君の願い、何でも一つ叶えてあげるよ。何がいい？
Any wish? Any wish, huh? They're putting me on the spot here. Briefly, a lewd fantasy flashes through my mind, but I shake my head and snap back to reality. Then how about you make dinner?
あ、それは NG。猫に料理スキルを求めちゃダメだよ。
Alright, duh. How could I forget? Having her clean is an option, but I've already taken care of that. I got nothing.
そっか。何か僕にできることあればいいんだけど。
Okayu crosses her arms and thinks hard. Suddenly, she claps her hands.
いいこと思いついた。これならきっと、君も喜んでくれると思う。
What's up, Okayu?
何をするかは秘密だよ。サプライズにしたいからね。
Oh, a surprise. I stare down at Okayu with a look of trepidation.
心配しないで。迷惑はかけないから。むしろ、喜んでもらえると思う。早速買ったものが役に立つね。
I'm scared. Seeing the wicked look in her eyes, I desperately try to recall what Okayu bought today. But before I know it, dinner rolls around and I'm still unable to figure out her plan. Oh boy, the bath. Whew, I can finally relax. I unconsciously talk to myself after entering the bathroom. With dinner out of the way, I finally have some time to myself. I let out a deep sigh. I didn't realize how anxious I'd be with a girl so close by. My school is co-ed, and it's not like I can't talk to girls. But when I think about living with one under the same roof, I feel myself tense up. Even if it's just a cat that took on the shape of a girl. Ah, well, I'll probably get used to it. Sitting on the bathroom stool, I give myself a quick rinse with some warm water from the tub. Suddenly... Ah! Panicking, I grab a towel to cover my crotch. Of course not, I'm already in here.
わかってるよ。ちょっと背中を流してあげようと思って。これが僕なりの恩返しってやつだよ。
Oh, that's right. She did say she wanted to return the favor earlier. I appreciate the sentiment, but this is going a little too far.
じゃ、入るね。
Wait a... Oh!
どうしたの？ポカンとしちゃって。もしかして裸じゃなくて残念？
I pray to the gods for this wonderful meal. Amen. But unfortunately, I must end the video here today. But if you are enjoying this video, please leave a like, comment what you think so far, and if you want to watch more of this, please take a look at the playlist down below. If you want to watch other visual novels, please take a look at the channel down below. Thank you, and take care.
ずっとこのままでいいんだよまたおかえり